us have such a great understanding of all of our products. And we picked the topic tonight to talk about our product Serenity, which is phenomenal in helping people get a better. There's just so many that are affected by the fact that either we get a good night's sleep or we don't get a good night's sleep. So we have a lot of questions on this product from time to time, and we had some questions on it this past weekend, Dr. Rouse, in our XIP event down in Orlando. So we thought we would just cover this product tonight and have you talk about it. We haven't talked about it in a while. So Serenity definitely does a lot more than just give you a good night's sleep. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn the call over to you.
Wow, thank you, Gloria. And it is a pleasure to be with our Is Xperia family. And let me say a personal thank you to all of those who have attended the conferences. I have been in the last week in Albuquerque, New Mexico, well attended, well appreciated. Dr. Charlie's Heart, well appreciated. Was in Orlando just a few days ago, this past weekend, Orlando, well attended. We even had some people flew in all the way from Texas. It overwhelms and surprises me when people are looking to better themselves as entrepreneurs. But on this side of the fence, I like getting natural medicine to the forefront because we're going to hear about some things in our family, the Is Xperia family, that literally make people feel better. Let me address one of the questions that was asked in Orlando to Dr. Charlie about Serenity. Serenity is the name of the all-natural sleep supplement, the Vital Expression, the Is Xperia family product. It's very safe. It's not habit-forming, and it can be taken by just about any person who has experienced a restless, interrupted type of sleep pattern. When it comes to can't sleep, some people can put their head on the pillow and just can't get to sleep. The Rolodex just won't turn off. And others, unfortunately, do put their head on the pillow, get a good little old cat nap, a wink, and then the next thing you know, they're wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, and they just can't get back to sleep on a decent way. So tonight we're going to address both of those. But one of the questions that was forefronted at the conference in Orlando made me remember something that I had just recently, in a brand new medical study, was very influenced and very encouraged by it. And one of the products in our product is GABA, G-A-B-A. That's a gamma aminobutyric acid. It's a very neat amino acid, a very nice amino acid. And GABA controls the part of the brain, the limbic system, that is responsible for fear, phobia, anxiety, panic. I told him down there in Orlando, I said, you give me somebody that's afraid to fly on an airplane, and I'll give them a good dose of Serenity the night before, and we got enough GABA in our product that they will have no qualms about flying on an airplane. They'll forget their fear and phobia right there. But one of the nice things about GABA, G-A-B-A, is not only does it help the limbic system to be relaxed and not to be anxious in any sort of way. GABA, in a double-blind medical study, has been shown to improve insulin resistance. Now, a lot of people have no idea, but believe me, your hormone structure has everything to do with seriously impairing and slowing down your body's ability to get a good night's rest. And while you're trying to sleep, sometimes your blood sugars are zapping down or moving around, going up and down like a roller coaster. GABA improves insulin sensitivity. It knocks out insulin resistance. Hey, that means that while you're sleeping with Serenity, we're very likely going to burn up a few more belly fat molecules while we're at it, simply knowing that insulin resistance is the primary culprit for raising blood pressure, raising cholesterol, raising triglycerides, and causing belly fat. So yes, I would definitely note that Serenity would be a good way to get a good night's sleep and to burn belly fat. And it works on the insulin. So if you know a diabetic, they're already having massive amounts of insulin resistance. This product, Serenity, is going to be superb for diabetic patients. Another part of the Serenity molecule is one we call melatonin. And melatonin is just an antioxidant. It's in our product for its antioxidant effect. And the melatonin itself helps to suppress harmful free radicals that are in your body. But here's the major reason that it is so superb in our product, Serenity. Melatonin is in a clinical therapeutic dose. That means it's beyond the norm. And it is at such a perfect dose that it will slow the production of estrogen, the bad estrogen, what we call 16-hydroxyestrogen, the estrogen which can activate cancer. So you know what I just said? Medical double-blind studies have proven that people who take a good, strong therapeutic dose of melatonin are able to slow down the production of the estrogen which activates cancer. And whenever the circadian rhythm, the rhythm that the cycle that wake, sleep, whenever that's disrupted, your body may produce less melatonin, and thereby you may have less ability to fight cancer. Cancer patients need more melatonin to fight off the estrogen imbalance, the hormones that can cause cancer. Very nice thing about the power behind the nutrition that's in Serenity. Looking at it then, you'd say, well, you know, I had no idea that Serenity was going to be so marvelous at helping with blood pressure, helping with cholesterol, helping with triglycerides, helping with belly fat, helping with blood sugar imbalances, helping with estrogen, 16-hydroxyestrogen. People who have 16-hydroxyestrogen are more prone to headaches, so yes, Serenity helps prevent headaches. Serenity helps prevent swelling, abdominal swelling, things like that. And when you look at it, when people get a good night's sleep with a good healthy dose of melatonin, then we're going to have a stronger immune system. And we have found, clinically found, that when we diagnose people that have insomnia, do not sleep well, it doesn't matter whether they don't get to sleep quick or they wake up during their sleep cycle too many times. Insomnia is insomnia when it comes to weakening the immune system. And people who get an irregular sleep cycle will also now, because their melatonin levels are going to be disrupted and their GABA, G-A-B-A, is going to be discombobulated, people who don't get good night's sleep are often more prone to constipation. Are you telling me Serenity is going to help my constipation, Dr. Charlie? That's exactly what you heard. Melatonin and GABA help constipation in chronic conditions that are related to stress-related disorders. How about people who have stomach ulcers? Did you know many of the stomach ulcers, though a bacteria called H. pylori has a way like flies drawn to a garbage can, but the major culprit is usually stress-related. And Serenity is going to offer GABA and melatonin in such therapeutic dosing that we offset the stress-related dysfunction and can actually help the body to heal stomach ulcers. How about depression? People that are mully-grubbed and moody-blued and deep valley depression. Is Serenity going to give them a offset? Well, melatonin and GABA certainly have a way of giving more wax to the candle. And because stress burns, stress tends to push cortisol levels to an extreme. Melatonin and GABA will lasso that for you and begin to offset depression. Does that mean that Serenity is going to be healthy? Yes. I would say Serenity is even going to be heart healthy. Now, how can you tell me that a nutrition that improves your sleep pattern is going to be heart healthy? Well, we find that anytime you disrupt the body clock, that you wreak havoc. You wreak havoc on the hormonal system. And unfortunately, the hormones that, like leptin, that help you to stay less hungry, or ghrelin, which cause you to trigger hunger, these are definitely controlled by your sleep patterns. And sometimes just changing your lifestyle will make a major difference. If you know somebody who's on a night shift and they're working right now tonight, and their bedtime's going to be tomorrow when we're getting up, this product, Serenity, is the best product I could think of, because GABA resets the circadian cycle of all those that have to work night shifts. It's a blessing when you start switching off the jet lag zones, and when you start working the system to where people can begin to get better sleep patterns. And as a general rule, most adults need at least a good 6 hours of sleep. Adolescents, by the way, we're talking about teenagers. They're the ones that are so disrupted, so discombobulated, and so much in necessary need of getting good sleep. And what hour of the night would you say on the clock that you definitely want to be asleep by? And that's for those of us that are going to go to sleep at the dark time of the night and wake up at the sunrise time of the day. Well, the most important time to be asleep is somewhere for sure between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Now, why would you say that, Dr. Charlie? How can you say that the best time of the night for a human body to be sleeping is somewhere between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m.? Therefore, you need to get to bed probably a little bit earlier than you thought. Well, here's the reason. God, when he spins the earth and when we move through space and the sunrise, sunset, it's all set. That circadian cycle is God-originated and God-oriented. And the sunlight is going to be up for so many hours and down for so many hours. But for some reason, the good Lord created the human body to be very, very, very cleansing during the 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. time zone. And your adrenal system does the majority of its recharging between the hours of 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. So if for nothing else, give your adrenal system a break, and that'll cut out fatigue, tiredness, and just a downtime. Reason number 2 you want to get a good night's sleep between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. is because your gallbladder, that's right, the human gallbladder dumps toxins during that same 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's that way in human beings created by God. And if you're awake, let's say you're going to steal the hours of the night and stay up to 2 a.m. this morning, then the toxins in your human body are going to get backed up into your liver. And if you do back up toxins into your liver, you are going to steal your better health. So what we need to do is to learn real quick. Do you realize that prior to widespread electricity, people would actually go to bed a whole lot earlier than they do these days? And as most animals do. You watch the animal kingdom and watch what time they go to bed and when they get up. So we need to get the go-to-bed, wake-up time on schedule. And if you're one of those who have been knocked around and your sleep pattern has been disrupted, then I've got good news for you. Serenity can reset the clock. You will never catch up on your sleep on a Saturday, Sunday. You may be depriving Monday through Friday and think that you can sleep in on Saturday. No way. Your body will not allow your battery to recharge that way. You may sleep later on Saturday or Sunday, but you're just not going to make it happen any better. Now, let's say somebody really does have a bad insomnia problem. They've been on drugs like Ambien or over-the-counter sleeping pills. These people need to learn to eat high-protein snacks over here in the evening time, like simple meal, good time, a good high-protein snack. That'll make sure that your L-tryptophan, that part of the amino acid that's related to your melatonin, that all the production is in your favor. Some people can do very well by just taking a little bit of protein with their GABA, with the power of their melatonin. Now, inside this Serenity, that little fava bean, that Mucuna pruriens, that's a fava velvet bean. That is a bean that's very popular in Greece, Italy, the Greek countries. The old Greek Roman soldiers, the Roman Italian soldiers and the old Greek soldiers always ate fava beans because it's a nerve tonic. It's rich in alkaloids. It helps to overcome degeneration. It helps for the body to reinvigorate, recirculate. It's by far one of the best antispasmodic nutritions on the market. So if you know somebody who has restless legs or cramps in their toes, feet, or calves, give them a good Serenity tonight and watch the fava bean become their best buddy. That fava bean, that Mucuna pruriens extract that comes from that bean is very refreshing the next morning. When these people begin to take on a fava bean in the evening, they're just absolutely able to regenerate and wake up because they've had a better dream sleep. What happens when they get this special little herb called valerian root? Valerian root, it takes the body's ability to erase irritability. And if your body is irritable, muscle cramping, pain, perhaps the body has a chronic cycle of pain, valerian root relieves the body of irritability. Female anatomy, PMS, valerian root, very complementary to PMS irritability. So is Serenity good for the monthly cycle? 100%. And if your mind just wants to keep whirling and Rolodexing and, Rolodexing into the wee hours of the night, that valerian that's in our product, that'll stop the engines very effectively. Very, very effectively. We use flower extract like chamomile. That's a calming carminative. That means that it soothes the colon. It keeps the colon from cramping up. It keeps the colon from becoming spasmodic or gaseous. The other flower, like passion flower, the German E-Commission says physicians should write prescriptions for the passion flower extract because it's so significant in eliminating insomnia and restlessness and irritability. There's a vitamin nutrition there called Finnaboot. That's a Russian nutraceutical. And the cosmonauts, whenever they were big into space flights, whenever the cosmonauts would go up in the Sputniks, the Russians would always put in their medical ditty bag the Finnaboot extract because it's the best nutrition for post-traumatic stress, for anxiety stress, for diminishing stress without tranquilizing or drugging the patient. And you know, an astronaut, they wanted them wide-eyed, bushy-tailed when they had to be up there. St. John's wort, the word W-O-R-T, wort, is English, Old English for plant. So this plant, St. John's wort extract, is unique in that it helps the hormones of the brain to be balanced and to work itself. So looking at it from a perspective of an alternative to over-the-counter prescription drugs, Gloria, I'd say that Serenity is by far one of the safest, very quick-acting, very fast-acting, but very non-habit-forming, very effective. You could use it day to day to day to day, and all the while we're helping the blood insulin sugar balance. We're helping the hormone levels. There's a lot of good stuff in the science of Serenity. It's a good product.